Have you ever felt like your life is stuck in a rut, going through the same motions day after day? What if I told you that all it takes is 8 minutes to completely change your perspective on life? How would you react if, in just under 10 minutes, you could unlock the truth about what's really holding you back? You think you have everything figured out, but what if I told you that everything you believe about your future, your happiness, your success, your purpose, could be flipped on its head with a single thought? Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, we're going to challenge everything you think you know. We're going to break down the illusions we've built our lives around and dive deep into what really matters. Are you ready to rethink everything? I promise, it won't be what you expect. Number 1, the illusion of security. Why you feel comfortable but are actually stagnant. Have you ever felt like you're just safe? Comfortable in your routine, maybe even a little bored? What if I told you that this so-called comfort zone is the very thing holding you back from everything you want in life? Think about it. You wake up at the same time every day, follow the same patterns, the same routine. But how much of that is truly bringing you closer to your dreams? You see, the danger of security is that it doesn't always look like danger. It sneaks up on you, disguising itself as peace of mind, making you think you have everything under control. But here's the truth. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. And yet, most of us stay there, clinging to what feels safe because we've been conditioned to believe that it's enough. What if the security you're clinging to is actually a prison? When was the last time you felt truly alive, challenged, or pushed to your limits? How long has it been since you stepped outside that bubble? It's terrifying, isn't it? To think that the very thing you value so much might be the reason you're not progressing. So let me ask you, are you willing to trade comfort for growth? If not now, when? Ask yourself, what will I regret more in the future? Playing it safe, or taking the risks that could change everything? Stay with me here, because this is just the beginning. Number 2, the fear of failure. What's really at stake when you don't take risks? Let me ask you this. What's the worst thing that could happen if you took that leap of faith? What's really stopping you from going after what you want? Fear of failure? But what if I told you that failing might be one of the best things that could ever happen to you? We've all been there, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. The fear that we'll fall flat on our faces, looking foolish in front of others. But let's flip the script for a moment. What if failure isn't something to fear, but something to embrace? Think about it. Some of the most successful people in the world, people like Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Steve Jobs, failed repeatedly before they found success. But they didn't let failure define them. They learned from it, adapted, and kept going. So, what are you really afraid of? Is it the fall, or is it the fact that you've been standing still for too long? If you never risk failure, how will you ever know how far you can truly go? You see, the fear of failure is just an illusion, a shadow that keeps you from chasing your dreams. But when you push through that fear, you discover a new version of yourself, the one that's unstoppable. Next time you're standing at the edge, ready to take that leap, ask yourself, what do I have to lose? The truth is, you have everything to gain. Number 3, the power of perspective. Why changing your viewpoint could change everything. Have you ever looked at a problem and felt totally stuck, like there was no way out? Ever been in a situation where you just couldn't see the solution, no matter how hard you tried? What if I told you that the answer wasn't in finding a solution, but in changing the way you see the problem? Perspective is everything. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's that simple, yet so many of us go through life seeing only one side of the story. We're taught to see things from a linear perspective, to follow the straight and narrow path. But life isn't a straight line, is it? It's messy. It's unpredictable. And that's where the magic happens. Imagine looking at a setback as an opportunity instead of a failure. What would happen if you stopped seeing challenges as obstacles and started seeing them as opportunities to grow? What if you could look at a mistake and see the lesson instead of the defeat? The power of perspective is in your hands, if you choose to see things differently. Next time you're faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what if this is happening for me, not to me? Watch how your world shifts. Suddenly, you'll begin to see opportunities instead of limitations, solutions instead of roadblocks. The change is that simple, yet it can completely transform how you approach life. Number 4, the influence of people around you. Are you surrounded by the right people? Do you ever stop and think about the people in your life? The ones you talk to every day, the ones who shape your thoughts and actions? Now take a step back. How much influence do they actually have on your decisions, your growth, and your future? We often overlook the power that the people around us have. We think that we're in control of our own choices, but if we really pay attention, we'll realize that the people we surround ourselves with shape our reality more than we care to admit. Are you surrounded by people who lift you up, challenge you, and make you strive to be better? Or are you surrounded by people who are content with staying exactly where they are, pulling you down with them? The truth is, the company you keep directly impacts your mindset, your success, and your happiness. And here's the real kicker. You don't have to stay in the same circle if it's not serving you. Think about it. Are the people in your life pushing you forward or holding you back? If you're not growing, it might be time to evaluate who's influencing you. And no, this doesn't mean cutting people off for the sake of it. It means being intentional about who you allow into your life, who you listen to, who you allow to influence your thinking, and who you surround yourself with. What kind of influence do you want in your life? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and surround yourself with the right people who will challenge you to be your best self? Number 5, the cost of living on autopilot. Are you really in control of your life? How many times have you gone through an entire day and realized that you hardly remember what happened? You were on autopilot, simply going through the motions without consciously engaging in your life. What if I told you that living this way is slowly robbing you of your true potential? We're all guilty of it, letting life pass by without truly experiencing it. It's easy to fall into the rhythm of waking up, going to work, coming home, and repeating the cycle. But here's the harsh truth. When you live on autopilot, you lose touch with what truly matters. Your dreams, your passions, and even your relationships start to fade into the background because you're not fully engaged. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly felt alive? When was the last time you paused and appreciated the moment? Life doesn't wait for you to wake up from your autopilot state. The world keeps moving, and every moment spent in that haze is a moment you'll never get back. The real cost of living on autopilot isn't just missed opportunities. It's the disconnection from yourself. When you aren't actively choosing how to live, someone or something else is choosing for you. You're letting circumstances dictate your life instead of taking charge of your own destiny. But what if you could hit the reset button and start living consciously? Imagine the difference it would make in your happiness, your career, and your personal growth. It all starts with awareness. The next time you catch yourself on autopilot, take a moment to stop and ask, what do I want out of this moment? It's about making choices instead of reacting, being present instead of passively existing. Number 6. The lie of perfectionism. Why perfection is holding you back. Are you waiting for the perfect moment to start that project, that business, or that new habit? What if I told you that the idea of perfection is just a trap, one that's keeping you from achieving everything you want in life? Perfectionism is often seen as a virtue. We praise people who get everything right, who strive for flawlessness in every aspect of their lives. But in reality, perfectionism is paralyzing. It makes us afraid of taking action because we fear making mistakes. It makes us put off starting, waiting for the perfect conditions, the ideal time, or the flawless plan. But here's the kicker. There is no perfect time. There is no flawless plan. The longer you wait for perfection, the longer you stay stuck. Every successful person, every great leader, and every innovator has failed at some point. They've made mistakes, they've learned from them, and they've kept moving forward. Perfection isn't the goal, progress is. So I ask you, are you letting the fear of imperfection hold you back? Are you afraid of starting because things aren't just right yet? If so, it's time to let go of the illusion of perfection. Embrace the messy, imperfect journey. It's the only way to make real progress. Remember, your first step doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be taken. Number 8, the fear of missing out, FOMO. Is your desire for more stealing your peace? Do you constantly feel like everyone else is living a better life than you? Like there's always something exciting going on, and you're missing out? You scroll through Instagram, watch others achieve their dreams, and think, why not me? FOMO, fear of missing out, is more than just a passing feeling. It's a mindset that has become ingrained in our society. We live in a world where it seems like everyone is doing something bigger, better, and more exciting than we are. But here's the truth. FOMO is the thief of peace. When you focus too much on what others are doing, you forget to appreciate what you have right in front of you. You start measuring your life against others, which only leads to dissatisfaction and anxiety. But the truth is, You can never fully enjoy your own journey if you're constantly comparing it to someone else's. Ask yourself, what are you really missing out on? Are you truly living your own life, or are you living a version of someone else's? Let go of the fear of missing out and start focusing on your own unique path. Your life is a story that only you can tell. Don't let the narrative of others distract you from your own. Number 7. Time, the most valuable resource you're wasting every day. How often do you find yourself thinking, I don't have enough time? Yet, when you look back at your day, what are you really spending your time on? Scrolling through social media? Watching TV? Answering emails that could wait? Time is the most precious resource we have, yet it's the one we often take for granted. We all think we have more of it, but the truth is, time waits for no one. Once it's gone, it's gone. The trick is not just in managing time, it's in how you choose to spend it. Consider this. The average person spends hours each day on activities that don't move the needle forward in their lives. We waste time without even realizing it. And when we do that, we miss out on opportunities to work on our goals, our passions, and our dreams. But here's the good news. When you become intentional with your time, you unlock your true potential. Time management isn't just about scheduling. It's about making choices that align with your values and your vision. So, here's a challenge for you. Start tracking how you spend your time. What are you doing each day that brings you closer to your goals? And what are you doing that simply takes up space, leaving you with nothing to show for it? You'll be amazed at how much time you're wasting until you take control. Number 9, the power of decision, how your choices shape your destiny. Have you ever felt stuck, like you're trapped in a situation that you can't get out of? Do you ever wonder why you keep repeating the same patterns, even though you want something different? The truth is, your life is shaped by your decisions. Every choice you make, whether big or small, has a ripple effect. And those decisions, whether conscious or unconscious, ultimately create your future. What would happen if you started making decisions that aligned with the life you want? What if you took full responsibility for the choices you make, knowing that each one moves you closer to or further away from your goals? Your decisions are the key to unlocking your potential. Stop blaming circumstances or other people for your situation. Your future is in your hands. Next time you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, what decision will take me closer to my dreams? The power to change your life is in your hands. Number 10, the power of awareness, why living consciously is the key to transformation. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly create the life they desire, while others struggle to break free from their limitations? Could it be that there's a secret ingredient that most of us are overlooking? It all boils down to awareness. The power of truly being conscious of the choices you make, the thoughts you entertain, and the habits you form. You might think you're living consciously, but let's pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you gone through the motions, barely noticing the decisions you're making? How often do you act on autopilot, reacting instead of responding? This level of awareness is the game changer. Once you become aware of how you spend your time, how you treat yourself, and how you let others influence your life, everything begins to shift. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses that allow you to see clearly for the first time. Think about it. When you're aware of your actions, your intentions become clearer. When you're present in the moment, you make better decisions. The truth is, we often live in a fog, distracted, unfocused, and disconnected. But awareness brings clarity, and clarity brings power. What would happen if you started making your decisions with full awareness? If you paid attention to the small choices that add up, the tiny actions that lead to bigger results? What if you woke up every day and actively chose to live with intention? The transformation that follows is nothing short of remarkable. You don't have to wait for some grand event to change your life. It's in the little moments, the conscious decisions you make each day. Conclusion: rethink everything, take the first step toward a new life. As we reach the end of this journey together, one thing has become clear. Rethinking your life isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous process. It's a commitment to questioning the status quo, challenging your beliefs, and breaking free from the patterns that no longer serve you. We've explored the idea that comfort may be your greatest enemy, that perfectionism is a trap, and that failure, rather than something to be feared, is an essential step toward growth. We've uncovered the power of perspective, the influence of the people around you, and the immense value of being present in your life. But here's the most important part. None of this matters unless you act. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. The power to change your life lies in your hands, but it requires commitment, consistency, and a willingness to step into the unknown. So I challenge you. Will you take the first step toward a new life? Will you let go of the illusions, the comfort, and the fears that have been holding you back? It's time to break free. It's time to rethink everything. If this resonated with you, don't just let it be another video you watch. Start today. Begin by making one small change, one decision that aligns with the life you want to live. Because, trust me, in 8 minutes, everything can change. Take action now, and you'll see just how much power you have to reshape your future.